I reminisce. Yeah.
So the Knicks and Cavaliers are going to overtime. We're just gonna wait for the conclusion of this game before I begin my presentation. I want to show you guys some of the things that I found. Obviously, we was wrong on the Pistons, but if you guys saw my last NBA Finals video, that video had nothing to do with the Pistons really. Like the whole video was about how the Thunder are going to win 3 championships in a row. Now, obviously, I was trying to see what team from the Eastern Conference made the most sense, and the Pistons did have the best numbers, but obviously that's not what they're going with. They're going with a different narrative, and there is a narrative for both of these teams to go. James Harden can go against his old team, and of course they can have the Knicks in there. The rematch of the NBA Cup to go against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, and I posted on my community posts, my community section on my YouTube channel, how the Christmas Day schedule, right? We had the Cavaliers play the Knicks on Christmas Day, and we also had the Spurs play the Thunder on Christmas Day. And if you guys notice who lost on that day, right? The Thunder lost and the Cavaliers lost. And looking at the numbers, that seems to be the best narrative for the NBA Finals. I'm sticking to the Thunder until the Western Conference Finals ends. I don't see a narrative for the Spurs. If it is the Spurs and I'm wrong, whatever. I've been wrong before. It doesn't matter to me. The games are still rigged. I mean, you guys saw what happened yesterday. The Spurs won with 122 points, and Wemby, the alien, scored 41 when San Antonio was 122 and 41. The word alien is also 41. Of course, he wears the number 5, and the other star player of the team wears the number 1, like 51, like our Area 51, like Conspiracy is 51. That's where they keep the aliens supposedly at. I mean, if you don't think it's rigged, then you're just a fucking dumbass. I'm not here to prove it that the games are rigged anymore. I mean, that's already been established. I'm trying to figure out what team makes the most sense to go against the Thunder. I still have to wait for the conclusion of this game before we come to a definitive conclusion. I still think that. I think the hint was on Christmas when they had both of the teams that have the best narrative lose on Christmas Day. And now they can possibly play each other on June 3rd. James Harden going against his old team. But I got to look at everything because I don't want to make a mistake on the Eastern Conference once again because I was already wrong on the Pistons. I'm surprised the Pistons didn't go with all the stuff they did with Chauncey Billups and they had Kay Cunningham had like a breathing problem during the season, 78 days before the finals. So I'm surprised. The Pistons had a nice little narrative, but it is what it is. The clue was on Christmas Day. They had the Knicks and Cavs, and they had the Spurs and Thunder. And that is the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals matchup. So let's see what happens. The Knicks took the lead. I'm just going to look at all the possibilities. Because the thing is, if the Knicks play the Thunder, they'll play the Thunder on 65 wins. And Oklahoma City is 65. They'll have 65 wins for the season. Let me show you guys this. So we'll keep the game on the left side. While I do the breakdown. Okay, so look at the Knicks record this season, including the postseason. Today they can pick up their 62nd win. They picked up their 61st against Philadelphia because New York Knicks equals 61, Philadelphia equals 61. This is what I mean. Like when I say that we don't have anything to prove, I mean we've proven that the games are rigged, without a doubt. I mean, think about the Knicks picking up their 61st win against Philadelphia, the 61 city. I still think, I won't be surprised if the Cavs pull this one out, but I don't want nobody live betting because I stood away from this game before it started. So I don't want to say, oh, I think the Cavs are going to win and have somebody live bet and then lose their money. So I'm not recommending that anybody bets on this game. If you want to bet on it, it's up to you. It's your money. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, but you see the Knicks, they have a nice narrative to go to the finals and play the Thunder. They now have 61 wins. Another win gets them to 62. Then they'll eventually win 3 more if they win the series and get to 65, and Oklahoma City equals 65. So that's the narrative. That's the strong narrative for the Knicks to go. But the Cavs also have some numbers that I want to point out, especially with the Christmas Day schedule and them having the Cavs lose and the Thunder lose. The 2 losing teams can play each other on June 3rd. James Harden going against his old franchise, is the team that pretty much drafted him, made him who he was. The last time he went to the finals was with the Thunder, I believe. I don't think he's been back. What is it about 101 in the Cavs? I know the Cavs have a 101 connection. Oh, no, it's actually 111. And okay, so this is why I know for sure it is a Thunder. I mean, the Thunder right now, the reason they lost game 1 is because, like I've been saying, it's all Kobe Bryant. It's all tribute to Kobe. They're going to three-peat during the 81st NBA season. Because Kobe scored 81 points on January 22nd. Yesterday, the Spurs won with 122 points, and the Thunder fell to 8-1 in the postseason for the year. 8-1, like 81, because Wemby scored 41 and had 24 rebounds. So yeah, so it looks like the Knicks are gonna even cover the spread in this one. Okay, so look, even if the Knicks win, I'm still staying away from this series. This series, I'm gonna point out both sides in this video, but I don't recommend anybody bets on this series right here. If you want, you could bet on the Thunder series because they're down 0-1 to the Spurs. Anyways, look, San Antonio Spurs. It has that nice little 91 gematria, right? If the Spurs win tomorrow, no, not the Spurs. If the Thunder win tomorrow, they'll be 9-1 in the postseason, and then eventually get to 10-1. Right? And then if they start the series 3-1, they'll get to 11-1 in the postseason. Right? So they'll be 9-1 if they win tomorrow, 10-1 if they go up 2 games to 1 on the Spurs. And I do think that's gonna happen. Whether or not they begin 11-1 in the postseason, that's still up for debate. But don't get fooled with what Wemby did yesterday. He's the only way the Spurs. I mean, thinking about it, like, let's go with the narrative that it's not rigged and scripted, right? The only way the Spurs have a chance of beating the Thunder 4 games. I mean, Wemby has to do what he did yesterday every single time. So you're telling me that Wemby is going to score 41 points three more times against the Oklahoma City Thunder? Not possible. Not possible. But look, this is why he did score 41 yesterday. Look, San Antonio. It equals 122. The Spurs yesterday won with 122. Keep in mind that Kobe Bryant scored his career-high 81-point game on January 22nd, and the Lakers won with 122 points that game. Of course, San Antonio's also 41. Kobe also, his teammates also scored 41 points when he's had 81 points. But Alien is also 41. Wemby is known as the Alien. He's known as an alien because it's supposed to be his size and the things he's supposed to be is able to do on the court. It doesn't seem human, so they gave him this nickname, the Alien. Yeah, the Alien had 41 points. How about that? Yeah, San Antonio's also 41, right? So All right, so look, Thunder's record this season, including postseason, right? They need 4 to get to 76, and then they'll get to 80 wins to close out the 80th NBA season. Okay? This is why I'm, sometimes I might sound cocky and, somebody might call in and give me a Spurs narrative. And I might look, the Thunder are a lock to go to the finals. Now, if I'm wrong, I will apologize, but I'm not going to be wrong. Trust me. I was wrong about the Eastern Conference, and I wasn't as confident about the East because the East is always a toss-up. They can do anything on the East side, but it doesn't really matter who goes from the East. This is what I was telling you guys when the Lakers won the championship in 2020. We were trying to figure out what team was going to lose to the Lakers. It didn't really matter. We thought it was going to be the Celtics. Some people thought it was going to be the Bucks. It ended up being the Miami Heat. It really didn't matter. Everybody in the world knew that the Lakers were going to win the championship the year that Kobe Bryant died in 2020, the year of the lockdown. We were just trying to figure out who it was going to be against. And this is what I mean. The NBA can do whatever they want. They can have any narrative in there, and it will make sense. Because, it doesn't really matter who lost, who went to the finals that year. The Lakers were still going to win, and they ended up winning on Father-Daughter Day, a tribute to Kobe Bryant, like we said. But, of course, people were not paying attention to, the overall theme of that video. Maybe people were just like, oh, you was wrong on the Celtics. Yeah, but that's not what the video was about. The video was showing you guys how Kobe Bryant died, and why the Lakers was going to win the year that he died. And keep in mind that I think the Dodgers also won the World Series that year. It's been Kobe Bryant ever since he passed away, you guys. So this is why I don't know how anybody can overlook. I mean, what will be the Spurs narrative in relation to Kobe Bryant? Why would they have the Spurs in there? How is that paying tribute to Kobe? We know how the Thunder are paying tribute to Kobe because SGA is Kobe Bryant's protege, and SGA had 54 points on January 22nd on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. And then Kobe beating Bryant is 54 and 81. And he had 54 on the day that Kobe scored 81 points. And his game is literally a copycat of Kobe Bryant's game. They have identical games. He does all the moves that Kobe Bryant does. There's even a video on YouTube that everybody can go watch right now of him imitating every single move that Kobe Bryant did during his playing career. Okay? So that's the Kobe Bryant connection with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, if you want to give me a Spurs narrative, you can leave it in the comment section, but you have to point out how it connects to Kobe Bryant because we know that next season will be the 81st NBA season. And we know what that number signifies in relation to Kobe Bryant. So this is why when people call in with their bullshit narratives and they don't include a Kobe riddle in there, I don't want to listen to it. Because they're going to be paying tribute to Kobe until the end of time. That's what it seems like. They're doing it in every single sport. Not just basketball. They're doing it in baseball. They're doing it in football. They're doing it in almost every league. So if there's not a Kobe riddle, I don't want to hear it. And the Pistons did have a narrative to go. I mean, that was a team that Kobe Bryant lost the finals to. So that's why I was so in love with the Pistons. But all right, so what? It wasn't the Pistons. Maybe it is New York. Maybe New York will go there. Because look, again, I think I showed this already. New York is about to pick up their 62nd win. 3 more to get to 65. I mean, come on. You got to be silly to think that the Thunder are not going to pick up their 80th NBA season, their 80th win of the season to close out the 80th NBA season. But look, notice Oklahoma City, 65. The Knicks are 3 games away from picking up their 65th win of the season and facing off against the Oklahoma City Thunder, the 65 team. The reason I didn't think it was going to be the Knicks is because, I mean, I don't know yet because, again, there's a narrative for the Cavs too. I just think it was too obvious for them to have a rematch of the NBA Cup. I'm like, really? They're going to have the NBA Cup be the Thunder and Knicks and then also the finals have Thunder and Knicks? Are they really going to do that? Okay, yeah. So this game is pretty much over. Next, New York Eagles 111. Are they gonna win with 113 points? I'm telling you, it's all Kobe Bryant. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but Spurs record this season. But I don't want to be biased. We'll look at the Spurs side of it. $71. So they need 3 more to get to 74. They could pick up their 78th win against New York, maybe. I don't like. I don't know. I mean, really, the whole NBA season is gonna be just that. The Spurs win their 78th win against the New. I mean, come on. There has to be. There's always a bigger narrative on. This is what I say every year. There's always something they're paying tribute to. It's more than just numbers, and that's the mistake that I made with the Pistons. But the Pistons do have a narrative because Chauncey Billups had that big case in the beginning of the season. Of course, his name equals 80. So I said, you know what? They did have the Thunder could pick up their 80th win of the season against Cade Cunningham, who has the 80 name gematria, just like Chauncey Billups. Both of their names are 80. So that's a little mistake. But I mean, the Christmas Day schedule thing was staring me in the face. But notice Cade Cunningham. Oh, is it Cade Cunningham that? No. His name is 63. Excuse me. It's Chauncey Billups that has the 80 name gematria. Yeah, Chauncey Ray Billups. His full name is 80, and he gets arrested and fired to open up the 80th NBA season. So I said, you know what? Maybe that's what they'll go with, but that's crazy. Wasn't they just up by 20 points, the Cavs? I mean, for you to think that this stuff is not rigged, I mean, the Cavaliers had a 20-point lead coming into the fourth quarter, and they just blew a 20-point lead, and now they're losing by 10. I mean, you have to literally stop playing basketball for that to happen. Now they're losing by 11 to the 11th state, New York. But look at the score. Right before they outscored them by 14 points in the fourth quarter. But before that, they were down by 20. You literally have to be brain dead to think that these games are real. What's that? 219 points. Yeah, but this game is over. Let me just take a look at the odds real quick. Think about it. The Spurs are up 1-0, and they're still big dogs to win the finals. I think this is what I'm getting sick. I don't know why. It's summertime. Thunder to beat the Knicks. That's the biggest. That's the big favorite right there. Thunder to beat the Knicks. This might be it right here. This might be where the money is. It's definitely not this. It's definitely not this. It could be this. I mean, those are the two options. It's either this one or this one. Because whoever the Thunder play, they're going to beat. So they're either going to beat the Knicks at plus 180 or beat the Cavs at plus 700. And this might be it right here. We might get a rematch of the NBA Cup. Knicks go to the finals. We're on 65 wins. They might stay on 65 wins. Who knows? They might give them a win, get to 67 because Knicks is 67. And the series 4-2 or 2-4 like Kobe. But yeah, the Thunder are gonna win, you guys, and they're gonna three-peat like I've been saying since last year. After they won it, before they won it, I mean, we knew they was gonna win Game 7 because remember, They already had the buses painted right before Game 7. Before what's the guy's name from the Pacers that got injured? I'll be forgetting these people's name. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton. Before he got injured on his fake injury, number 0, to go along with all the other number 0s who got injured with an Achilles injury. Before he even got injured, we noticed how they had the buses painted for the NBA parade, for the NBA championship parade. And it was the Thunder buses painted. We already knew. And I said, you know what? So they're going to win today. They're going to win Game 7, win the championship to close out the 79th NBA season. So if they win next year and then the year after that, it'll be the 81st NBA season. Right? And that's exactly what's been, developing since I said that. Now look at them. 4 games away from another finals appearance. 8 games away from picking up their 80th their 80th win of the season. To close out the 80th NBA season with a championship. So the Knicks win by 11. The 11th state. What a collapse. About 20 points for the Cavaliers. So the Cavs, I'm not counting them out though, but the 65 is there for the Knicks. Definitely is. There's a narrative through James Harden too. And so Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I noticed this a little too late though. I mean, it was Game 7 when I noticed all this stuff. Game 7 between Cavs and Pistons. Postseason record. Donovan Mitchell, he picked up his 36th postseason win. Exactly 36 weeks after his birthday when Cavaliers is 36. When I saw that shit, it started to freak me out. I'm like, damn, he's going to pick up that 36 win 36 weeks after his birthday. And that's a big number with the Cavaliers. And I think James Harden picked up his 98th. Yeah, he picked up his 98th postseason win when Detroit is 98. So it is what it is. I mean, Detroit 98. James Harden has 98 postseason wins. And Cavaliers is 36. And exactly 36 weeks after his birthday, Donovan Mitchell picked up his 36th postseason win. Here it is. It was on May 17th. And I'll show you. Look, his birthday, September 7th. It was exactly 36 weeks, you guys. It's all rigged. Big time rigged. And again, James Harden picked up his 98th postseason win against Detroit. Detroit 98. Just want to see something real quick. Knicks head coach and Cavaliers head coach. Let's see if it is going to be, in fact, Knicks and Thunder, the rematch of the NBA Cup. I mean, what a joke. What a joke, man. A rematch of the NBA Cup. I mean, are you serious? And they got Mike Brown playing against his old team. That's funny. I mean, coaching against his old team. See, he coached the Cavaliers in 05 with LeBron. Oh, look at that. I said, I noticed that. When was that? When was it that I noticed that shit? I think it was. Who did the Knicks play in the other series? The Knicks they played Philadelphia, right? What we know about 59 and 42, you guys, man, and you know what? Wasn't that the score of that Pistons Game 7? It was 59 and 42. I even took a screenshot, and then you know what's funny? Right after it was actually 76 to 50 to 59. The number stamped on black people throughout history. And you see this right here? This is going to be Mike Brown's record. Well, it is already his record. They won today. He's 59-42 in the postseason, man. The number stamped on black people throughout history. I saw this when they was playing Philly. I said if the Knicks win the next two, because I think he was 56. No, he was 57-42. I say if he wins the next two games, he'll be 59-42. And today he just picked up his 59th postseason win to become 59-42, the number stamped on black people throughout history. Numbers that keep showing up right in the box score every single time, over and over and over again. 59-42, 59-42. And let me show you, look, Detroit game, let's go to the Detroit box score. Not only was it 59-42, but it was 76-59. The other pair of numbers that's been stamped on black people. People talk about Gematria is not consistent. Like, what are you fucking talking about, man? You guys are fucking stupid. Why they don't show it like how they used to? They used to show like the score on the side. Oh yeah, they do. They still do that. Okay, so it's right here. Okay, so we have to go all the way down. So look, right here, it was around this time. It was right here. Okay, so right here, Tobias Harris, he scored the second free throw. He scored the 42nd point for the Pistons, right? Making the score 59-42. And then later on in the game, the score was 76-59 after Karis LeVert hit a 26-foot running pull-up jump shot. 76-59. And now, of course, if you are new here and don't know about those numbers, those are the numbers stamped on black people. Look, Negro, 59-76, right? The N-word is 42, right? So you got Negroes 59, the N-word is 42. See that? That's why they always pair these numbers together, right? 59-42. Now look at Slave. Slave is 59-76. And then slavery is 42. 42 and 30 is another pair of numbers they like to put in people's face on the scoreboard. Right? So they got the 42, the 59, right? Slave 59, slavery 42. Slave 59, slavery 42. And then slave alone is 59-76. And as you guys saw later on in that game, that was the score. It was 59-76. And now Mike Brown, the former Cavaliers head coach, he just improved to 59-42 in the postseason. Becoming 9-2 in the postseason this year. And wow, you know what? I know it's backwards, but what is it with that? There's a 92 connection with these cities, man. Sometimes it's the name of the arena too. I remember seeing a 92, but it's not coming to me right now. But yeah. So that's why I saw this in the 76ers series, man. Yeah. So he's 8-2 in the postseason this year. Actually he's 9-2. He's 9-2. And then if he wins the next game, he'll be 10-2. I got another number stamped on black people throughout history, right? 102. And that makes a lot of sense because since they did make them 59-42, why not make the Knicks 10-2 in the postseason this year? It's crazy. It's the same thing over and over, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with that. I think this is it right here. I think there's nothing else to look at. Knicks go to the finals on 65 wins to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder win They pick up their 80th win, their 80th win of the season to close out the 80th NBA season. Any updates, anybody dies, or anything significant happens with any of these cities, I'll definitely explore it because that's how this stuff is. You know, the team that wins the championship obviously has like a bigger narrative that sometimes we tend to overlook. But yeah, can somebody explain to me how, if this is a coincidence, they had the NBA Cup? And when was the NBA Cup? Wasn't it around? It wasn't around the Pope Francis' birthday? $124 to $113. Yeah, it was the day before Pope Francis' birthday. Yeah, I knew it. So here it is. This might be your NBA Finals. Oh, actually, it was the Spurs and Knicks. Not, what am I saying? When did the Knicks play the NBA? The Knicks did play the Thunder in the Cup, though. Actually, you know what? I made a big mistake. I thought the Knicks played the Thunder in the Cup. It was not the Knicks. I know what it was. The Knicks played the Spurs, and the Thunder played the Bucks. That's what it was. The whole video I've been saying is gonna be a rematch of the NBA Cup. I knew that wasn't. That's not what the finals was. Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. Yeah, so my bad on that one. I gotta correct that. It was the Spurs. The Spurs beat the Spurs played the Knicks. The Knicks. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, but so the finals is not gonna be a rematch of the NBA Cup. Excuse me. The finals is gonna be a rematch of the. Well, it won't be a rematch because the Knicks didn't play the Thunder on Christmas Day. Doesn't matter. If the Knicks win, they'll pick. Okay, so disregard that. But the Knicks will play the Thunder on 65 wins. That seems to be the best narrative for me. That is the best narrative. I don't know. I don't know how anything else could override that. Yeah, Knicks go to the finals on 65 wins. Yeah. All right, so my apologies if I confused anybody. My bad. And how perfect for Shea to go to the finals on 39 postseason wins. How perfect would that be? Knicks is also 22. Like I said, if he loses 2 more games in the postseason, it doesn't have to be to the Spurs. It could be to the Knicks. He could lose 1 more to the Spurs and 1 more, and then lose 1 to the Knicks. However they do it. But notice Knicks, New York is 39 and Knicks is 22. So that could be Shea's postseason record if he loses only 2 more games, and then eventually pick up his 22nd postseason loss to the 22 team. You see that? Knicks 22, New York 39. Right now, Shea is 35 and 20. He wins this series, he gets to 39 wins. 2 more losses gets him to 22 losses in the postseason. He'll be 39 and 22. That looks strong. That looks very strong. All right, you guys. Good luck, and yeah, leave any notes. I'll read it. But again, it's always more than numbers, you guys. That's why sometimes we make mistakes. Is we're just looking at numbers. I'll take a call before we end it. Hello? I can't hear you for some reason.
You can hear me?
It's very low.
Hello? Hello? You hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you better. It's just very. It was very low. What's going on?
Man, I was just gonna tell you, bro. Knicks versus Spurs. I'm gonna do the numbers and I'm gonna come back on your next live. I ain't doing it yet. I've been busy working and shit, but Knicks versus Spurs, bro. I'm telling you right now. You
All
better
right.
bet it.
All right.
I'm telling you right now.
I
But all right,
disagree, but I respect your opinion.
that's a bet. All right.
All right, Fresco. Okay, so that's why I confused it because people kept bringing up that narrative, Knicks and Spurs. That's the rematch of the NBA Cup that people keep telling me about, and that's the theme that I disagree with. But again, it is what it is. I'm not perfect, so maybe I am wrong, and maybe you guys are right. All right, so we'll see. We'll see if Shea doesn't pick up his 39th win before playing the New York team. We'll see. For anybody who believes in my work and believes in my judgment, I recommend you put a bet in for this. If you want to trust the audience, you can go right ahead. You want to trust your own judgment, you are free to do whatever you want. But for those of you who trust me and are on my Patreon and have made money with me in the past, this is what I recommend you do. I recommend you put in a future right now for the Thunder to beat the Knicks in the NBA Finals. It's at plus 180. Don't go crazy. Don't go put bet in the house on it because there is a narrative for the Cavaliers. Okay, but this is the narrative that makes the most sense. Like I said before, it didn't matter. It really doesn't matter who goes from the Eastern Conference. If you want to really play it safe, stay away from the Eastern Conference and just bet this. I feel like this is the safest bet because it really doesn't matter who goes from the Eastern Conference. Whoever goes from the Eastern Conference is going to lose to the Oklahoma City Thunder, not only this year but next year as well. Peace. Take care, you guys.